Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. My camera seems to be acting up a bit here. Let's hope it continues to function. Anyway, so what we're looking at is the 1985 TRX 250 with 1986 plastic on it. So there we are. Anyway, and it's time to put a carburetor onto this thing. And it came with a clone carb on it, and you can tell it's a clone carb because this is a bit taller, and it's not exactly 100% correct. Dumb little things like this is where the throttle cable goes through on the clone carb. See, it's kind of small, and on the real Honda carb you can see how much bigger it is. I mean, it works, it goes on, but it's not quite right. So what I did is I said, you know what? I think I want to upgrade the carb, and I want to get rid of the cable choke. I really don't care for those chokes. I'd rather have a butterfly on the end of it, like that. So I said to myself, okay, I'll just order a TRX250X carburetor. And it came in, and this is one of those OEM standard carbs, and I mean that literally. Anyway, so it came in, and I'm happily working away, putting it on. And then I got this little surprise. As I went to plug it into the manifold, the intake manifold, it started to fight me. So I'm like, all right, what's the game here? So I measured this, and it comes up to about 40. You know, the old, I'm sure you guys could go through this. So it comes up at about 40, and I'm like, well, that's cool. Then I went outside, and I have a couple of quads out there where the carburetors are still hanging on them. So I measured them, and they come up around 40 also. So I'm cool. Then I measured this one, and it came up just under 42. So that's 2 millimeters. And for those of you who don't think 2 millimeters is much, let me show you. That is 2 millimeters. I mean, that's quite, as you start looking at fingers, pinkies, I don't know, screws, you guys could see 2 millimeters isn't exactly trivial. So this went from a really quick job, you know, just slipping this right into the manifold, to what now? I do have a 250X motor that has the side cover off of it. I bought it as a parts motor. I guess I could go check to see if I can swap the manifold onto this. That's one thing. Or I can, you know, go to that favorite auction site where I spend all my money, and I could see if somebody has one for sale. That's item number 2. It's just interesting. It appears as if the higher performance 250s, the 250X, which is kind of more of a excuse me, hand clutch, right? A little bit more of a sport machine. It looks like they brought the carburetor up a couple of millimeters. to get that little extra performance out of it. In a way, I'd really like to get this carburetor on there from that point of view. I think what I'm going to do is, I got this all ready to go. I mean, it went on really nice. Throttle opens wide open, right? You can hear it. It hits the stop on that side, and when you let it go, you can hear it closes all the way against the stop there. Kind of important for, you know, little things like when you start it up, you don't want to be at, you know, a quarter throttle or something like that, because it'll have a tendency to when you put it in gear, the bike will take off and it'll be tough on the tranny, right? So you really want to make sure it shuts down all the way, and you also want to make sure it opens all the way up against the stops. That way you can get full throttle out of it and, you know, rip and tear and do everything you want to do on these things. I really like the idea of the hand choke. I also like the idea of an accelerator pump like this thing has. That's an accelerator pump, rather than doing the weird kind of constant velocity thing this thing does to slurp gas out of it. So it kind of relies on, when you give it throttle, this vacuum pulls the plunger up with the needle, and as that needle goes up, it enriches the mixture. I kind of like the idea that it pumps gas in, right? See, this little thing here is a gas pump. I'd rather have it do the gas pump thing. So anyway, I'm gonna grease that up and try to get it on there. If not, another consideration, I really kind of wanted to get this thing out. This gas tank, for some reason, gas is not flowing through it as it should be. So I am going to have to take all the plastics off. I've got a couple of questions about troubleshooting the ignition on these things, troubleshooting a no sparker. So when I get the plastic off, I'll kind of go through that also. So that's where we are for this moment. Hopefully I'll get it to make progress from there. You know, I replaced that light up there today, and like 15 minutes ago, and it's already gone. Very annoying. I don't know why it went. I mean, it was new in a box. There's the box for it right there. So I'm gonna have to. I have an LED light. I should just check it to make sure it's not going to put interference on the radio, and put that huge LED light up there. That's probably the right thing. Alright, folks, I want to thank everybody for dropping by to watch and comment and give me all kinds of great encouragement and advice. I do appreciate all that. If you like this video, please thumbs up, and if you don't, please tell me why. You know, write me a little comment, tell me why you don't like it. Alright, take care. Enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.